First, we got to get to the phones here. And we start in Findlay, Ohio. This is Randy. I'm glad you waited, sir. Hello.
Hi, Rush. Good to talk to you.
Same here, sir.
You started out the program today talking about Trump and the money transfers from the United States. And my question was, how is that legal or constitutional?
Have you ever heard of the Patriot Act?
Yes.
Well, Patriot Act pretty much offers this umbrella of national security. And all Trump would have to go do is go to Congress, go to a FISA court. He said that he would threaten to change this rule that would make this legal under the Patriot Act anti-terrorism law to cut off a portion of the funds sent to Mexico during these money transfers, commonly known as remittances. So that's how he would do it.
Okay, well, I send money to Mexico, and I'm a citizen. I'm not an illegal alien. I'm an American citizen. And how is that? I guess what I'm wanting to know is, does he or his supporters have any concept of freedom anymore? In other words, if it's my money...
I think you're putting me... You're asking questions I have to answer here. When I answer the question, everybody's going to get mad at me. The premise here is Trump... Everybody's claiming Trump's lying. He can't make Mexico pay for the wall. Mexico's not going to pay for the wall. Trump supporters, you better understand that he's lying to you. So Trump, by the way, his plan has been on Trump's website forever. The drive-bys just discovered it. And I know about things on websites that people don't read. My own is a great example. But this is not a new plan. This plan's been up there. It's just Bob Woodward happened to come across it. Whoa, he said, what's this? So he's had it explained to him. And the idea is for Mexico to relent and pay for the wall so that the transfers take place.
Okay.
There you have it. That's the objective. Done deal. And we're back. El Rushbo serving humanity simply by showing up here. Half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair. By the way, Randy, Findlay, Ohio, if you're still out there, the U.S. has stopped remittances before. This is not something that Trump just crazily snatched out of thin air. It happens frequently. As recently as February, U.S. banks stopped servicing the accounts used by money transfer operators in Somalia. The U.S. government has successfully seized money in the accounts of criminals who smuggle illegal immigrants across the border. There's all sorts of things on this score, like asset forfeiture. From our buddies over at National Review. In the early 2000s, Arizona Attorney General Terry Goddard and other state authorities suspected Mexican crime syndicates were moving money through Western Union wire transfers, and they sought to seize the money in Western Union accounts. The figures were mind-boggling. According to the prosecutor's testimony, $500 million a year in Western Union payments from Arizona alone. $2.5 billion a year in payments for people smuggling overall. And we have stopped remittances before. There's another thing you can do. You wouldn't even have to seize the remittances. You could just tax them. You could pull an Obama and you could impose a massively high tax rate. You could do that legally, too. Simply set up a tax rate on wired money transfers out of the country to a specific place, like Mexico. Hey, if you can tell a landlord that he's got to rent to a... By the way, you know what that's really all about, folks? It's never just about what it seems. It's not about evening the racial score. Do you know what this is really all about? You have a landlord refuses to rent to a criminal. Obama says, no, you have to, because our racial justice system has been so imbalanced, you're guilty of racism when you refuse to rent. You know what it's really all about is seizing your property. What do you think the penalty is going to be to landlords that fail to follow Obama's dictates and rent rooms to criminals? You don't think they're going to be able to come in and make the play for your land, for your property, for absconding it, claiming that you are misusing it, what have you? And one thing about authoritarian figures, private this, private that, they don't like any private property, private guns. No, 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 no. The more they can take away from you, including your private this or your free speech or what have you. This is who these people are, folks. Don't blame me. This is who they are.